Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, a sacred mighty touch, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the word he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, a sacred mighty touch, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the word he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high and free.
Well, grand rising. Grand rising. Good afternoon, good evening, and good middle of the night, whatever time you may find this video. Ooh, you are tuning in to the Eagles Soaring High Channel 2 Fireside Chat with Eagles, as well as the Eagle Zone and Eagles commentary on world events broadcast. I want to thank all of you for joining me on today. I have an interesting story to share with you in the nest on today. I want to ask that you all would like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Eagles Soaring High Channel 1, Eagles Soaring High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Raw, Purple Community Royal Priesthood channels. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to those channels. Eagles Soaring High Channel 1, Eagles Soaring High Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. And if you will, hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. Hit the like button as you come in or go out, and share this video. Share this video out. If you come in, you can hit the like or the dislike. It doesn't matter. Just hit one of them and ring my bell. On tonight, I have an interesting story that I found on Instagram. It's a story of a couple, a man and a woman, who was in a relationship with one another. And somehow and somewhere things went left and things got crazy. Tonight's story is about Kenyana Waddell. Kenyana Waddell. Her and her boyfriend ended up in a confrontation, an argument, and things went left. He asked her to leave, and when he thought she had left the apartment, he went to bed. And in the process of going to bed, somewhere along the line from the time that he went to sleep to where she returned, she brought a surprise with her. This is a crazy, crazy story. And I know that growing up, my mom has always told me and my siblings to be careful who we hook up with, who we link up with, who we get in a relationship with. Because if things go left, things can become very toxic and dangerous. So we have to choose wisely. We have to choose our mates wisely. Those who we desire to date, we got to choose them wisely. Not only choose them wisely, but discern their spirits. And not only discern their spirits, but pray if that's the one we should be in relationship with. This story gives the true and real meaning of if I can't have you, nobody else can. I'm not quite sure what the argument was about, but it was an argument. And it led and ended in an explosion. And when I say explosion, I don't mean that it was one of those moments where there was a lot of yelling and screaming and hands throwing. I'm not talking about that type of explosion. I'm telling you that there was a real explosion that took place, and it caused injuries to the boyfriend. So if you're interested in knowing what happened and how the explosion happened, you need to stay right here in the nest. Stay to the end of this video, because I'm really curious about wanting to know what your thoughts are on this situation. When they say love can be dangerous, they were telling the absolute truth. Because sometimes love can really be dangerous. And this story shows and tells us how dangerous love can be at times. Or when you have chosen the wrong one, chosen the wrong woman, have chosen the wrong man. This story is going to put something definitely on your mind to make you choose or cause you to choose a little bit more wisely than what most of you have been doing. I'm going to say this. This is a trigger warning. A trigger warning. If you have children in your room, in the room with you, I'm going to ask that you escort them out and place them in the hands of someone that is responsible and who's going to tend to them and care for them and watch them carefully. Because this video is not for children. It's not for children. This commentary is not for children. And so you want to make sure that all children are out of the room before you view this video. So respectfully, remove all children, but there is a trigger warning on this video also. I'm going to put this under Eagle's commentary on world events, and I'm going to put it in the Eagle Zone section on my platform. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of my channels. Eagle Soaring High, Channel 1, Eagle Soaring High, Channel 2, Fireside Chat with Eagles, and Purple Community Royal Priesthood. Stay with me until the end. And if you will, hit the like button or the dislike button if you will. Since you're hiding in the clouds and hiding in the bushes, come on, drop out and hit the like button or the dislike button, whichever one that you choose to hit. Just hit one of them. I will appreciate it, and it will keep me in the algorithm and help put me out there even more. These are the type of stories that I like to use, stories that I have not seen on YouTube or have heard anybody else do commentary and review on. So just stick with me and find out what happened, if you will. All right, we not going. This is Lord help me not to cuss in this video, because this is crazy. But we'll be right back. We will be right back right after this break. Stay with me. Oh, okay, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Again, you are tuning in to the Eagles commentary on world events slash the Eagles Zone broadcast. I am your host, Minister Antoine Williams, aka Eagles Soaring High. And I have definitely got an interesting story that you all on today. So come on in and have a seat around the nest, and welcome to all of you. Because this story is an interesting one. It really is. So you all hold on to your seats and put your seatbelts on, and let's soar into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channels. Hit the like button as you come in or as you go out. Let's get ready and dive soar right into this video. But just before we soar into this video, let me give you all some applause for coming to hang out with me for these next few moments. Yes. All right. Before we do that, I need everybody to realize and understand that there are some unstable people in the world. There are unstable people, some unstable men and some unstable women in the world. And you got to be very careful about what you choose and who you choose. Because if not, things can get very, very out of control over a minor situation. So you got to be able to discern the spirits of people and always consult with God over the man or the woman that you're trying to get into a relationship with. If you are not sure, stay friends with them until you are sure. When God gives you the green light, then you go further with it. But as long as God don't give you the green light, you better stay friends and friends only with them. Don't go no further. Don't try to rush things. Just be friends until you get the confirmation from God that this is the one you need to be with. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. This is where I get this story from. I found it on Instagram, and the neighborhood talk is the one that released the story. I have entitled this video "An Argument That Ended in an Explosion," and you're going to find out what I mean. So when I saw this article on Instagram by the neighborhood talk, their title is, "Damn, Woman sentenced to 18 years in prison after throwing dynamite at her boyfriend while he was asleep. Blew off his hands. It says, damn. Woman sentenced to 18 years in prison after throwing dynamite at her boyfriend while he was asleep. Blew off his hands. Oh, yeah. I don't, let's just get that. I don't even, you know, that's all I could give you right there. Oh my goodness. Lord of mercy. Let's go right on and soar right into this video. All right. The article says from the Neighborhood Tone, this is crazy as hell, and it is. It really is. First of all, who goes to this extent in life over an argument? I don't know what the argument was, but was it really that serious that you had to go to these extremes? So, ma'am, you got into an argument over whatever it was, and now you done ruined your life. What I'm trying to understand, what made it right in her head that this was the way to go? What clicked in her head to say, oh, this is what you did, or this is what's going on? Okay, I got something for you. I got a gift for you that I can't wait to get you. This is not in the article. This is Eagles talking. This is. I'm telling you, you got to choose wisely, because if you don't, you're going to catch an unstable man like this woman, or an unstable woman like this woman, and you're going to be in trouble. Is it really? He didn't even put his hands on her, but she went to these extremes. What happened in the relationship that caused this type of reaction? There are some really diabolical, unstable folks in the world, and you don't want to get hooked up with nobody like that. That's diabolical. She wasn't trying to hurt him. She was trying to unalive him. When you go to the extremes that she went through, you wasn't trying to hurt him. You were trying to unalive him. And why? What was so bad about the discussion or the argument that you all were having that you went to this extreme? And now that you all know that she had dynamite, where did she get the dynamite from? You telling me she just carrying around in her purse, in her pockets, a stick of dynamite? Where we do that at? Man, something is wrong with this woman. I don't care what it is you were arguing and fighting about. That was just not. That wasn't cool. That was not cool for you, for this woman to have a stick of dynamite to toes in his bed. What I would really would love to know what they were fighting about, so that I can understand or see if it was really worth her doing this. Anyway, let's go on into this article. The neighborhood talk says, this is crazy as hell. A woman is behind bars after almost ending her boyfriend's life with a stick of dynamite. I'm still trying to figure out where she just get dynamite from. What she you telling me that she's just walking around with loads of dynamite just in case she get into a argument or fall out with somebody, and she just get mad and pull it out of purse and light it and what? Where did she get it from? I didn't even know that you could even purchase dynamite. Did she purchase it or did she steal it? I don't know. Kiana Waddell has been sentenced to 18 years in prison following the attack that left her boyfriend disfigured. So you telling me that what y'all was arguing about was so serious and so bad that you decided that you gonna kill it? I'm alive. What is going on in today's world? What in the heaven hell is going on? Why is she walking around this earth with dynamite? What? Kiana Waddell has been sentenced to 18 years in prison following the attack that left her boyfriend disfigured. Prosecutors say on March 22nd, 2024, after a heated argument inside his apartment, the boyfriend asked Waddell to leave. So they get into this big, heated argument. And over what? What were they arguing about is what I'd like to know. Was he cheating? Did he pass her off an STD? What is it? What was the heart of the matter of the argument? And was it really that bad that you decided that you were just going to take him out of here? And she She wasn't thinking because she could have took not only him out, but herself and the building. You, what are we doing? What are we doing, ma'am? You all get into a heated argument inside his apartment. And he asks you to leave. And instead of just leaving and calming down, clearing your head, going for a walk, taking a few steps back, breathing in and breathing out, and then come back and try having a conversation with him. But instead, he asks you to leave the premises, leave his apartment. You leave the apartment. He goes, gets ready for bed, lays down, goes to sleep. And while he's asleep, you enter the apartment again. Prosecutors say on March 22nd, 2024, after a heated argument inside his apartment, the boyfriend asked Waddell to leave. Thinking she did what he asked, he went to bed only to be awakened later by a hissing sound and discovered a stick of dynamite nearby. Now, did he hear the hissing in his dream? When he heard the hissing, did that hissing enter into his dream, and he saw something in his dream that appeared? Now, what? I am appalled, completely appalled by this. But whatever it was, the hissing sound was loud enough to wake him out of his sleep. Can you imagine being asleep, in a good sleep, and all of a sudden you hear this hissing sound? Now, most folks, when you just wake up, you're a bit droggling. You still trying to fully wake up and get yourself together. Pull yourself together, get your eyes open fully. Was it one of those slow wakes, or was there that moment where he woke up, his eyes opened up, and said, "Oh damn, there's some dynamite in my bed, Lord. There's some dynamite in my bed." What? This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna play with you. This is crazy. Can you imagine waking up out of your sleep to find a stick of dynamite in your bed? What must have went through his head when he saw this? Because I'm quite sure my first reaction would have been, Yeah. That would have been my first reaction as I climbed out of the bed to run for the door. Oop, excuse me, y'all, my sinuses. Sorry, didn't mean to blow my nose on air. But that would have been my first reaction. I would have jumped up or rolled out of the bed and tried to find my way to the door. But that wasn't the young man's first instincts. Thinking she did what he asked, he went to bed only to be awakened later by a hissing sound and discovered a stick of dynamite nearby. In attempt to get away from the explosive, see, number one, he wasn't trying to get away from the explosive. Because if he was trying to get away from the explosive, he would have got up and headed for the door, or at least entered into another room outside of that bedroom. He made an attempt to get away. His attempt, and I'm trying to figure out what went on in his head that made him think that it was okay to grab the stick of dynamite. Listen, it says in an attempt to get away from the explosive, he tried to throw it out the window. Was he trying to get away from it, or was he trying to get it out the house? Clearly, he was trying to get it out the house. See, that would not have been my first reaction, to grab it and run over to the window and toss it out. No. That was not a smart decision. And I'm quite sure through the panic and the fear of being awakened out of his sleep, I'm sure he thought that he was going to be fast enough to grab it and toss it. Get to the window and toss it out. So I'm trying to figure out, why was that the first thought in his head? Pick it up and toss it out a window. I don't get that. I don't understand that. What clicked in his head that said, oh, don't you run. You just pick that up and run on over to the window and toss it out. And you're going to be fine. What in his head, what spirit told him that he was Superman and that he could grab this thing and toss it out of the window instead of seeing it, getting up and running for the door? I need somebody to help me understand that. Why would you done woke up and found the dynamite in your bed, and your first thought is to grab it and toss it out the window? That didn't make. Okay, I need to know how many of you that's in the chat right now. I really need to know, and y'all got to hear that sound right there. And I'm going to ask that you all get that. I'm going to plug my phone up because it's getting ready to go out on me. But 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 how many of you in the chat, you that's in the replay, that if you woke up to find a stick of dynamite in your bed, that your first reaction and your first response would have been grab it and toss it out the window? It's am I looking at this wrong? Am I seeing this wrong, or am I a little crazy? Because that's not that's not a smart, that wasn't a smart decision. And knowing that, I'm not even sure if he even knew that she did it. We'll find out as I continue on. But again, who in the chat would have woke up and grabbed that dynamite and tried to get to the window and toss it out? Or would you have seen it, jumped up, and headed for the door? I'm asking, because if that was you and you would have seen it, would that have been your first response, your first reaction, to try to play superhero and grab it and run to the window like you was Wonder Woman or Superman or Batman or somebody? Look, I need that doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Of course, he was probably low draw when he woke up, but when he seen it, that shook him all the way awake, just like it would have done anybody else. And just because I would have seen it, that my first reaction and my first thought would have been, get the hell on up out of there. But his first thought was to grab it. And it says, in an attempt to get away. No, you wasn't trying to get away. You were trying to get it out. What? So which one is it? Was he trying to get away from it? Or was he trying to get it out the house? Get it out of his apartment? Because it says, in an attempt to get away from the explosive, he tried to throw it out of the window. And when he tried and attempted to throw it out the window, the results of that was y'all still with me? Because in his attempt, which was not a smart thing to do, he grabs it and runs to the window. And before he could get the window up or open, it exploded in his hands. In an attempt to get away from the explosive, he tried to throw it out the window, but it detonated. Detonated in his hand simply means it just went off. It blew. It exploded in his hands. detonated in his hand, resulting in the loss of his hands and part of his arm. Man, wow. Wow. So in his attempt to get rid of it, which was not a smart decision, but in his attempt, he's lost his hands, both of his hands and part of his arms. After the explosion, he managed to flee to his driveway. Now you try to escape to your driveway. The first instant he should have had was to just bolt for the door and get to his driveway. But because of the bad decision he made, he's been left in a position where he now has no hands. Both of his hands was blown off and part of his arm. And after it goes off and he's lost limbs, he now runs and makes his way and manage to flee to his driveway. And when he gets out there, when he makes the escape and gets to his driveway, he sees Waddell leaving. He sees Kenyatta Waddell leaving his driveway. Now, if he hadn't been in the shape that he was in and the position that he was in, where he lost both of his hands and part of his arm, I'm sure that if he still had his limbs, when he saw her leaving his driveway, he probably would have ran and tackled her to the ground and commenced to whoop that arse. But because he was in the shape where he didn't have any hands and no arm, he decided to get in its. Did he get in his car? No. It says after the explosion, he managed to flee to his driveway where he saw Waddell leaving. So now he's got to watch this unstable, insane, diabolical woman that he once loved and was in a relationship with, leaving the premises, leaving his driveway. Now you got to be really diabolical to have done something like this. Went back into the man's apartment, lit a stick of dynamite, threw it in the bed with him, walked out, and stand outside. Something is really wrong with her. That there is a spirit, a diabolical spirit. She was probably sitting around waiting to see the dynamite go off, so that she could have a sense of pleasure, a sense of joy, a sense that I got it. And she was probably hoping that when it went off, that he wouldn't have survived the explosion. My question is, did she plan this? Did she plot this out? Did she already have this in mind way before this? That if anything go wrong and things go left, this is what she was going to do? Diabolical. Nothing but the devil would have thought of something like that. And then stand around to see the end results of it. Who does that? Where do we do that at? Nobody but unstable folks, diabolical folks do such a thing. What's the argument that bad? That it was so bad enough that you were going to kill him or attempt to kill him. And it was nothing but the grace of God that it didn't kill him. And I would say that when something like that happens in the hands of, wait. Now, wait. If this dynamite done blew, wait, hold on, y'all. I just had a thought. If the dynamite went off and blew his hands and part of his arm off, how the hell did he open up the door to get out, to get to his truck? No. Oh. What? You have, your hands is gone. And part of your arm. And I can only imagine that he probably wasn't feeling any pain because his body immediately went into shock. And then he had a lot of adrenaline rushing through him, which kind of numbs you when you at that fight or flight moment. You don't feel anything until, because you got so much going on the inside of you and running through your mind and running through your body, that he was probably a bit numb and didn't feel it, the pain of it, because so much was running through him. But How the hell did he open up the door? And I ain't trying to be funny or facetious about it, but your hands is gone. How the hell did you open up the door to get out? How? Let me hurry up, y'all. Let me hurry, because this is really crazy. Make me want to cut everybody off. Cut it off. Cut everybody off. Cut the women off. I don't. This make me not want to have no friends. This make me not want to have no. I just want to be by myself, because this here is crazy. This here is crazy. Who does such a thing and then don't flinch about it? Who does this type of stuff? Double-minded and insane, unstable folks. Now, she had to have known that she wasn't going to get away with this. And to be real about it, I know she didn't call the ambulance. I know she didn't call the medical folks, the ambulance come and get him. So one of the neighbors had to have called the emergency responders. Because it says that he leaves, he gets out of his apartment and he sees Kenyatta leaving the premises. And the article says that the emergency responders rushed him to the hospital. How? Again, one of the neighbors had to call the emergency responders, because Kenyatta wasn't, hell, she was trying to kill him. Well, I said it. She was trying to kill him. She was trying to unalive him. So I'm quite sure she wouldn't have called no assistance for him. So it had to be one of the neighbors. And so he gets out to a driveway, and the emergency responders get there, and they rushed him to a local hospital where he underwent surgery to amputate his injuries. So what? The dynamite didn't blow off and remove. They had to amputate the rest of the limbs, those injured parts. This is what the heaven hell is going on here? Heaven hell that's going. What? This is appalling, and it is shocking. It is horrifying. Can you imagine the trauma that he's going to experience after things calm down? And while he's trying to heal, while he's healing and meaning, the trauma that's he's going to go through. He's probably going to have some PTSD going on. Because I know I would. That is absolutely mind-blowing. I shouldn't use that word blowing. Not in this video, especially when there was a. So I shouldn't use that. Wow. I got to find another word. That done shoot my mind. I am actually speechless. What do you say after this? Can you imagine him being in the hospital trying to heal? And all he can think about is that he's in this position because of an insane, unstable woman that he once called his girlfriend. Who did this over an argument. How do you pick up the... I probably shouldn't use pickup either. How do you recover? A better word. How do you recover from something like this? You had an argument with the woman that you said you love, and then she leaves a stick of dynamite in your bed, which calls you to wake up and try to cast out of your window. Which it went off and you lost limbs and had to have the rest amputated. How do you get over something like that? How do you heal from that? How do you mend from such an incident? The trauma, the PTSD that he's going to have, the sleepless nights, the trauma that he has experienced, the trauma that has been marked in his brain and embedded in his brain. It's going to leave him at a place of fear. And if he happens to hear a car backfire, that's going to trigger the experience that he's now trying to heal and mend from. Where do a person go? He's going to need therapy. He's going to need a psychiatrist to sit and talk. He's probably going to be medicated for the rest of his life. He's probably going to be triggered by all sorts of things. The horror of having to relive those things on a daily basis. Which is going to cause the doctors to give him medication to try to calm those nightmares down, the night terrors down. How does he begin to recover and begin to live again without the thoughts and the nightmares? And at the fact that he's going to have to look at his body and see that what he once had is gone. All over. And all because of an argument. An argument that was probably not as bad as it seemed. But when people get in their feelings and they get in their emotions, they fly off the handle. And they yell, scream, and shout and say things that they really didn't mean or really don't mean to say. But they say hurtful things. What was the argument over? What was the topic of that argument that birthed this type of reaction? You have now messed up this man's life and you have ruined yours. What do you do? And is he willing, after he gets past this and the storm has calmed and the smoke is clear, can he forgive this woman for putting him in this position? The pain that he's going to feel, the rehabilitation that he's going to need, the suffering, the scars that you can't just brush away and get over it, the wounds that's there to remind him of this situation. And all because of an argument that we don't even know what it was about. But was it the argument that bad that she felt like she needed to destroy or unalive him? And now he's left in a real bad position. He's left with stuff that only folks that's either been there or have experienced war will understand. Is he even trying to even understand how he got there? How he got to this place in life where he's lost limbs? And for what? An argument. And it's clear that it was a deadly argument, a toxic and dangerous argument, because it led to him being in a position that he never foresaw. He never saw it coming. And now his life has been changed and rearranged and turned upside down, inside out, over an argument I got a little bit more, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Because this have just I feel like I'm being punked or something. This just I just can't believe that this is real. But this type of stuff happens. It says apparently Waddell had threatened her boyfriend with dynamite several times prior to the incident. Now you got to be freaking, you know what? Okay. To the hell you preach. What? Wait. And I know this video is getting long. It's at an hour and 8 seconds. 8 minutes and 38 seconds. Wait. See, I told y'all I don't read the article first. I come live to be as shocked as you all are. But wait. Did you hear? Did you hear what I said? What the article said? It said apparently Waddell had threatened her boyfriend with dynamite several times prior to the incident. So you're telling me that the article is telling me that before they reached this point of having this argument, she threatened him with dynamite before. Wait, I got to hit it. Wait. She threatened him with dynamite before, and he didn't go to the police station. Okay. She threatened him with dynamite prior to this incident, and he didn't go to the police station, have her arrested, get a restraining order or something, move from where he was. He didn't change addresses. See, first of all, let me say this, because ain't no woman, and I said ain't, and I know ain't proper English, but ain't no woman about to threaten me with no dynamite throughout the relationship. No. No, sorry. Because see, the first time you threaten and let them threaten me and let them words come out your mouth that you gonna light some dynamite and leave it in my the first. Oh no. You're not. The first time you say it, that would have been it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would have been the end of the relationship. And just to be clear, to make sure of what she said, I would have recorded her saying it. Oh yeah. Yes, I would have. I'd have got my phone and turned on record and said, "That what's that you say?" because I know she would have been stupid enough to repeat it. So I just said, what's it you say? You gonna do what? Oh, you gonna have some dynamite for me? You saying that you got dynamite for me that you gonna use on me? Oh, okay. All right. Because as soon as I'd got it on recording, the next day, I'd have been down at the pub. I'd have made it look like everything was all good. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we would have did what adults do. Knocked her right on out to sleep. The next day, I would have been at the police station playing that recording and demanding that they arrest her. See, when people start telling you what they're gonna do, you can't take it as a joke, especially when you got a woman or a man talking about they gonna use dynamite on you. No. You going to jail. You gonna be locked up point blank. She threatened. Apparently, with dad had threatened her boyfriend with dynamite several times prior to the incident. You threatened me. How many times? That's what I want to know. No, forget the argument. No, to hell with the argument. Come to hell with damn the argument. Tell me how many times you threatened me with dynamite. That's what I want to know. How many times did she threaten him with dynamite and he stayed with her? Now that makes me now wonder what is wrong with him? How unstable is he? Well, he ain't too unstable. He quite a bit unstable right now, but he must have thought she was joking with him. No, the hell with that. No. You threatened me the first time with dynamite. Your ass, your arse is going to jail. Y'all excuse me, because this is really not making no good sense to me. Because see, I just thought that she just had the dynamite and just did it. But no, she was sending one. The article don't even tell us how long they were together. See, I'd like to know how long they were together and how many times had she threatened him with dynamite and he stuck around. The first time she just said dynamite, this what she would have been doing. That's where I would have been going. The hell with that, you ain't gonna threaten me with no dynamite. You'd have been hit cut. They'd have been coming for me. They would have been coming for her and locked her behind up. Because you ain't gonna threaten. No. So what in his head made him stay with her? Is it possible that he thought that she might have been joking? I'm trying to figure out. Now I'm trying to figure out When she said that she was going to use dynamite on him, did she pull out that dynamite up out of her purse and show it to him and he stayed with? Yep. That's some crazy unstable stuff going on in the world. And this was like last year, something crazy and unstable with folks. Because if you tell me that you're going to use dynamite on me, and in fact, you pull it out and show it and put it in my face, that would have been the end of the whole conversation. What? No. You telling me that you're going to use dynamite on me and I'm still with you? Sir, are you okay? Sir, were you on medication that you were taking? What, was you on marijuana or something? What were you on? What made you think that it was okay, sir, to stay with a woman that telling you way before it got there that she was going to use dynamite on you? What were you thinking, sir? So nothing. So clearly, you wasn't really thinking, because you made a stupid decision in the beginning. You made the stupid decision to try to take a piece of dynamite and toss it out the window, and this and that. She threatened you with dynamite before this incident, and you stayed with her. Lord, yeah, this is too long. This is too long. I might have to come back and do a part 2 to this, because now I got questions. Now I'm looking real crazy. Now I'm feeling some type of way, because I'm trying to understand some stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and do a second part to this, because I don't understand it. I'm not understanding it now. I know that I don't sleep well, and I haven't slept during the night, but I sleep during the daytime. And right now, I've had a little nap yesterday, but but maybe it's the tiredness in me that's not helping me understand that if this woman has threatened you with dynamite several, not one time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5, several times, not several. Several can be 100 times, 1,000 times. I don't know. Several times she's threatened you with dynamite during your whole relationship, and you stayed with her because you probably thought that she was joking. Sir, are you okay? You know what? Let me hurry up so we can get the hell up off of here, because now I'm getting, I don't know where I'm going. I'm feeling all confused right now, and don't know which way to go. No, I'm going to probably have to come back and do a second video, and we can have a talk about this, because I did several times. Apparently, Waddell had threatened her boyfriend with dynamite several times prior to the incident. She was arrested the next day and later convicted of assault and criminal possessions of a weapon. That's more than a weapon. Now, yeah, okay. Lord, have mercy, Jesus, help me, because this, baby, you'd have been hearing. You'd have been hearing that in your dreams. in your fantasies and all you'd have been hearing. Let me hurry up because let me hurry up because this is crazy. She was arrested the next day and later convicted of assault and criminal possession of a weapon. Then somebody says, "Sis, what is that?" The comments, because you know this is, I don't know, that might be a comment or somebody. They say sis walking around with cartoon sticks of dynamite is insane thoughts. Yes, it is. I can't. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a second video to this, cause so that I can get past it, so somebody can make some things make sense to me. Cause this ain't making sense, and this is way gone over what I wanted it to be. But oh my goodness, that's what I'm doing on the inside. I'm screaming on the inside because this here didn't make no sense. I got to be being punked somewhere. Where is the cameras? Because I know I'm being punked because this didn't make no good sense to me. The last part of it really didn't make no sense to me. So y'all stick with me. Let me get the hell up off of here because this is crazy. This is crazy as hell. But now I said I was trying to be nice, but this here is crazy as hell. What are we doing? What are we doing? People make threats like this and we still stick with them? Is we okay? Is right? We'll be back. I'm gonna give y'all my final thoughts and I'm out of here. All right, y'all, I'm back. I know y'all probably wondering why you keep hitting that countdown. Why you keep hitting the countdown, Eagle? Because I did that. I had to regroup and gather myself. Because this here didn't make no good sense to me. Y'all just tuning in. You are tuning into the Eagles. The Eagles Soaring High Channel 2 Fireside Chat with Eagles. Eagles and Eagles commentary on world events and the Eagles Zone broadcast. I know that's a little confusing to you all, but that's what it is. So let me just run through it one more time. This is the Eagles on High Channel 2 Outside Chat with Eagles. the Eagles commentary and the Eagles commentary on world events and the Eagles Zone broadcast. I am your host, Mr. Antoine Williams, aka Eagles on High. I am just, y'all hit the like on this button. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all got to hit the like button on this. Good God. Hit the like button on this video and share it out, because this is, in fact, I'm not even sure if I want this to be shared out, because this is here an argument that ended in an explosion. I'm gonna leave it up, but this is absolutely ludicrous, especially when you get to the end of the article. It is ludicrous. For those of you that's just tuning in and just coming in, that we were talking about an argument that ended in an explosion. A story about Kenyana, who was the girlfriend of this young man, who they ended up in a heated argument with each other. And during that argument, he asked her to leave his apartment. And so she leaves. He goes, get dressed for bed, get in bed, go to sleep. Next thing you know, he's awakened out of his sleep from a hissing sound that was coming from a stick of dynamite that was in the bed that his girlfriend tossed in the bed and went on out the door. And you have to watch the video, but he tried to toss it out the window and it exploded on him. As we began to soar down to the end of this video, we begin to discover that this woman, throughout their relationship, we don't know how long it was, how long they had been together, but they had been together, and she had been threatening him with dynamite, with a stick of dynamite. She used a stick of dynamite on him throughout the relationship, prior to the time that she really did use it. And I'm kind of appalled and lost words, because if a woman told me she was going to use a stick of dynamite on me, oh, it'd have been over. I'd have had her locked up and all. But he didn't, and he stayed with her, and they got into this argument, and then the incident happened where she used where she kept saying she was going to use that dynamite. She used it, and things went left, and she ended up in jail, I believe, for 18 years. It is crazy. I tell you, I don't know how I'm going to do it and introduce a part two to this. I got to, because there are some things some questions that I got. I just don't understand. But you all be blessed. Say, may God bless you. May God keep you. And may his love forever shine upon you. And for the love of God, if you will, please, before you start hooking up with folks, start praying and discerning to find out if that's who you need to be with. Because if not, you're going to end up in a position like this, or worse. But may God bless you. May God keep you. May his love forever shine upon you. And until the next time, stay blessed, stay safe, and stay in the Master's arms. I will see you in the next video. Good night for now.
Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, the sacred mighty touch, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the words he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Standing tall by faith, I watch my spirit grow, reaching for the lost souls wandering far below. God's holy breath, the sacred mighty touch, lifts me from the ashes, raises me from dust. Eagles soaring high up in the sky, flying straight and true, riding to victory. His promise is the power that makes the darkness flee. Eagles soaring high for all the world to see. His anointing falls, it destroys the yoke. Every chain is shattered with the words he spoke. The captives now are free. Rising up with me, soaring high into victory. Flying high and free. Soaring high into victory. Flying high.